All right, guys. This particular one, the thing Ibiasi get. Una know our chief Iwuanyanwu, we died a couple of months ago. Our Igbo billionaire, you know, we he don't die, he don't go. He get one 26 years old girl. We marry him. The time we be 70 something years old. That 26-year-old girl can go marry him based on say this man na billionaire. They can carry this girl hand, make it a sign, say this marriage so now for better for worse. Now so it's supposed to be now. Not be so it's supposed to be. They can say make it sign say even though Chief Iwuanyanwu die, a property, the only way you will take carry him, you not go ever remarry again till you die. This guy come to say na child's play. Now, our papa Chief Iwuanyanwu don't go. Now, the woman now is now 36, I be 37. He can say he want to go remarry. Now the family member can say, no, now only two options. If you want to remarry, everything will to you will be taken away from you. Or you have them all and stay single. You they use Dido. Now only Dido. Now you go they use till you die. Let's watch this.
Just a year after the passing of elder statesman and former Ohaneze Ndigbo President General, Chief Engineer Dr. Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu, the details of his last will and testament have sparked controversy, particularly a clause that bars his widow from remarrying. Now, Chief Iwuanyanwu, who died on the 25th of July, 2024, at the age of 82, left behind significant assets reportedly spread across Abuja, Imo, and other parts of Nigeria, all of which were read and allocated on the 16th of June. Now, while the bulk of his estate was equitably shared among his 5 children, attention has zeroed in on a clause that directly affects his 37-year-old widow, Frances Chinonyerem Enwerem, who he married in 2013 at the age of 72, when she was just 26 years old. Their union produced 1 son. Now, according to this will, Frances is entitled to a portion of the late chief's estate, but only on the condition that she remains unmarried. Should she remarry, the document states that she will automatically forfeit her inheritance. The question now is this restriction patriarchal and punitive, especially considering the age difference and the fact that Frances was in her 20s when she married the then septuagenarian? It's obviously not unusual in some elite Nigerian families to use inheritance as a tool to control widows' choices after death. The question I want to ask is that why is a widow's freedom policed while a widower's freedom is guaranteed? If he was a man, they'll tell him you have to marry, you are a man, you must have somebody in your house. But because she's a girl, it's different. It's double standards if you ask me, but what do I know? Let's take a look at social media. At Oka Ewa says, it was a smart move. My late boss died, leaving about 37 billion in properties and cash for his wife and 5 children. 3 years after his death, the woman married another man and is now bearing the new husband's name. If only he had done something like this. Congrats to the happy couple. Amarachi says, that was the will of the dead. If I may ask, why should the woman married to such a great man even think of remarrying? And finally, multimedia producer says, this is a very selfish thing to do. Imagine this young, beautiful lady not able to remarry after losing her husband. No culture should support this kind of mentality. And I think that the family should hold a meeting and allow the lady to do what she wants. After all, the dead doesn't know what happens behind them. Team, let's talk about this. This young woman, her husband has said, you're not going to marry anybody after me. It's not going to happen. What do we, yesterday in the group chat, we touched on it a little bit. It was a hot topic, but we haven't fully chopped it up.
The Iwuanyanwu's will didn't say the woman shouldn't remarry. It says if you remarry, you forfeit the property. So the choice is yours. Simple. But the optics of it is a little bit, I wouldn't do that, but that's his choice. It's his property, it's his wife. So, I don't want to get involved in family problems. Let me just put it that way.
Talking about the late Iwuanyanwu's will and his young wife, It is often said, till death do us part, but as it is right now, the death is not, parting anything. But let's look at it critically. I think he wants to preserve his legacy. He works hard to build what he has built, and he's trying to preserve his legacy. And also, he's also perhaps trying to protect her from those who might want to just take advantage of her at the end of the day. So if she would sacrifice that for anybody, the man would know that he is worth it. He too will know that she is worth it. You can let it go. So let's get married. We'll build our lives and all of it. So I think it's protection.
Well, nobody loves poverty, so I'm definitely sure that she's not going to, just accept to forfeit everything. But I think that, may his soul rest in peace, but I think that he's being selfish because really, you are dead. And the thing is that he's trying to be smart, but the woman can have a companion and she can still give all the money to the companion. So if we're talking about legacy, I think that is just too much, You say, guy man, you can always have smart guy man in different ways. So she can still have a companion. I think that was too much. I didn't find that story funny. I think it was extreme, for him to say that.
Nelson, in 20 seconds.
She married this man when she was 26 years old. Frankly speaking, you knew at the time this man was going to leave before you did. And so it is now your choice to stay or to go. Full stop.
Finish.
Kid wire. Well, anybody will give you money. That is their business. Mine ain't coming to you. And for this our wonderful man in Uganda who is trying to become the president, sir, I think it's time you sit back and be a grandfather of your nation and donate.
Thank you, Olamide, for those stories.
You're welcome.
Interesting they were, but as it is now, we need to wrap up our conversation.
This one, if it not shock you, I don't know what it will shock you again. I want to send this warning to any young girl for anywhere, you want to go marry my papa. Now this one, me go just stand with my papa, make we sign. If you be 20, 21, 24, 25, go rich, I don't know you young. You say you want to pass my mama back, go marry my papa, you must sign. Say, if my papa buy, you know go ever. In fact, we go add more terms and conditions join our own. We go even this strong past this Chief Iwuanyanwu family. This thing they sweet. I don't know why. So say, no, listen, some are saying, according to the TVC people, that is a selfish man. You say, what's selfish there? You are 26, you married a 77-year-old man. What's selfish there? Not be my money, not be me work am, not be me want talk as I want to use my money. Hey, be careful. If you way they look me, if you want marry my papa, our terms and conditions, it go shock you. This is NAIJA Watch Media. Join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigeria time. Let's continue to talk about the things that's affecting your life. Take care, guys. I'm bye for now.